All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mauricio Morales. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Business Development for the Credit Union. With me here is Rafael Rondon. He's the Vice President of Sales and Operations, and Orlando Vasquez, the Contact Center Director. And we're here to tell you a little bit about our upcoming change. As you guys have probably seen, I hope you've seen, plenty of communication we've been sending out there regarding the upcoming conversion. It's going to be next weekend. But we wanted to give you a small sneak peek. But before we go there, we want to go where we came from. We did a celebration 2 years ago for our 75th anniversary, and we're proud of that fact. We're proud of the fact that we are the county's credit union, serving the people of Miami-Dade County. We started in a cigar box, and now you're standing in one of our main headquarter building, and we're here to serve you. The current system that we have now started back in 1992. The question I've been asking everybody is, if you think back at what kind of technology you were walking around at that time, did you have a cell phone? Did you have a beeper? And everybody starts nodding their head. You know, back in 1992, that was a beep. Hey, send me a beep when you get there, or give me a beep when you were ready to talk, or the special codes that your girlfriend or boyfriend might have sent you back then. With that said, is technology has changed a lot, and our current system has served us well. We've never been compromised as far as anybody's hacked into our network, our computer system. Your information has always been valued. Why? Because you're a part of our family. Why this core upgrade? How many of you have an iPhone? Nobody? Okay. How about before iOS 10 just came out last week, you were getting update. This is sort of the same thing. We're updating our computer system, our software, to a completely new platform. It's going to be great for us to have, so we can provide new services and products for the next 75 years. And it's necessary because, like I was saying, it's required for us to provide the new next generation technology. We want to be the credit union for you and for the community for the next 75 years. So it's going to give you access to new technology, new products. One of the questions we get a lot in social media is, when are you guys going to do Apple Pay? When are you guys going to do Samsung Pay? When are you going to do Google Pay? Those are features that our old core system cannot support. With the new core, those are features that are going to come. Does that mean October 4th we're going to offer Apple Pay? No. That's going to be later down the road. We're just setting the foundation today for that, for products similar to that. Hopefully you've seen this, whether you walked into the branch or online, that our hours will change next week. Next week, how many of you are county employees, by the way? All right, county employees, I hope you've seen this already. We are posting payroll early. We're posting the county's payroll with direct deposit to us and JMH on Wednesday. Starting Wednesday, we're opening from 9 a.m. till 8 p.m., except our downtown branch. Downtown branch will remain open till 6 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday, they'll have those extended hours. On Friday, we'll be open at 8 o'clock and close at 2 p.m. And we're closing at 2 p.m. We're all going to be working that weekend, spending here, converting the system. It requires us to close our doors early, make sure everything is proper on the old system, and work throughout the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, to convert all the information over properly. Come Tuesday morning, it'll be business as usual. All right, without any further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Orlando Vasquez.
All right, thank you, Mo. And I'm going to be basically talking, and some of you were already asking me questions on this side, and I'll be glad to answer any questions afterwards. I'm going to go through basically the three major services that will be impacted by this core upgrade. And these services are our automated system, our website, and our mobile app. The first one we're going to go over is our Line 24. All of you are familiar, that's our automated system. Basically, you can call and you can get balances, do transfers, and so forth. So the first thing we did is we simplified our menu, and we kept it simple. It's a new simple menu. Basically, you have 1 through 9 options, basically from balance, account history, transfer funds, withdrawal from your account, account management, which is to set up your PIN, or to place a stop payment. You can do that as well. And we have a new feature, which is we added voice recognition to our system. So now you can basically call in and actually speak to the phone, as well as enter the information. So you have that option. It's a totally optional feature. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to, but it's there for you if you like to. Okay? Another thing we did is option 6, which is request account info via email. How many of you have ever wanted like a mini statement before the statement drops, and you want to know basically what's the balance in your account right now, what are the recent transactions that have occurred in your account, and you want it in a paper. You like it in a paper format, and you like to receive that. But you don't want to have to go through calling in, speaking to somebody, and going through that because we're all busy. So you can call through your automated system now, and you can press option 6. It will send you a snapshot of your balances right now for your account and your most recent transactions, and it will send you a PDF file, basically a statement, to your email. It will be secure. It will only be to your email on file. If your email has not been updated, then this is a good time to call in or come in and update it so that we can have the correct one in our records. Okay? But if you have it, then you can just press that option and it will send you the snapshot of your account. Okay? And that's a new feature we didn't have before that we'll be able to offer now. In addition to that, a lot of you asked me the question, I believe it was the lady over here. Do I have to re-register on day one? Yes, you do have to re-register for this service. However, it is a very simple registration process that you can do on your own. You will simply call the same exact number. If you notice, it's 305-471-5335, which is the exact same number that we have today. So there won't be a new number that you have to remember or anything like that. And basically, once you call, you will enter your member number. The system will recognize that you need to enroll, and it will ask you to enter some information. Once you enter it, it will let you pick a new PIN number. And you can pick the same PIN number that you currently have. So yes, so if you already have a particular 4-digit PIN, and it could be more than 4 digits, but it's a minimum of 4 digits. If you have one that you have already memorized and you want to continue on having it, yes, you can go ahead and enter that one as well. So we made it easy and simple. And by the way, the system will have a new voice, a new menu, so it will sound a little bit differently to you, but it will keep all these new features that I mentioned to you. Okay? And we'll post online as well. This same menu that you see here, we'll put it online, and we'll have it, I think, distributed once we have it. So to register to Teleline 24, you don't need to call and speak to anybody. You just basically can call in, enter your member number. It will ask you to register yourself, and you do that, choose your new PIN, and you're done. To clarify, Teleline 24, it has to be done by yourself on the phone. We cannot help you set it up because that's something that you choose the PIN number secretly yourself. And I think those questions, so nobody has any more questions about Teleline 24 before we move on, correct? Okay. So the next one we're going to talk about is our mobile app, which I think is the one that the majority of you use if you have a smart device or a cell phone nowadays. That's the one that we use the most. And the first thing we did is basically we revamped the whole app. So basically now the login process is going to be completely different, and it's going to be a lot simpler. Okay, we're very excited about the app. It's one of the biggest changes that come since we launched the app a couple years ago. The first thing you're going to notice is that it looks completely different. What you're going to have to do day one, and again, you don't have to do it day one. You could wait a few days if you don't want to do it day one, but if you want to do it on Tuesday, the first thing you have to do is you will have to delete the current app that you have in your phone, and you will have to go to either the Apple Store or Google Play to go ahead and download the new app. Okay.
What's the name of the new one?
It will be the same. You will put Dade County Federal Credit Union, and the app will come up. You'll download it. It's a simple process. Okay.
Is ready and available now?
No, it is not ready
Okay.
yet on the app. We won't have it ready until that Tuesday.
October.
October 4th.
Okay.
Correct. Now, once we have it ready on October 4th, you can go download it and you'll bring in the new app. But you will have to delete the old app and use this new one.
How many Android users? Android? Okay, Android, you're gonna have to re-download it and delete the old one. Apple users, it's gonna be an upgrade. It's gonna uninstall the old one and upgrade to the new one.
Okay. Once we do that and you bring in the new app, you're gonna notice it looks a little bit different. And the first thing you're gonna notice is it has a username, and it just says start sign in, which is basically you just press it to sign in. To remind you, the current app, those of you that use it, it asks you for a user ID, then it asks you for a random code, okay, that you have to enter, and then after that it asks you for a question that you have to remember again. And how many of you forget that question, the answer to the question every once in a while? I forget it all the time. So And that is the next thing that it asks you. And after that, if you get the question right, it takes you to a new screen that asks you for your password. Correct? Now, what's going to change in the new one is we made that registration process, or that login process rather, a lot shorter, okay? But more secure, and I'll show you how. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna enroll in that app, and I'm gonna show you a video on how we're going to enroll in that app at the end of the presentation. Your user ID can be whatever you choose. Now, on day one, you will have to re-register once again, and just like Mo said for Teleline 24, you don't have to do it day one. You could wait, a few days later, whenever you're ready to download the app, you can download it and register. The good news is you can register right from that app. So the enrollment can be done directly from the app. You don't need to go to an actual computer in order to enroll. So I know that is the complaint now with a lot of our calls when they call in saying, hey, why can't I do it from my app? Now you will be able to. So you'll be able to download the app and do the full registration process on it, okay? And basically, the registration is really simple. All you're gonna have to enter is your member number. Yes, you will need to know that member number day one. It's not changing, so it's the same one that you use today. That 8 digits that you know already, that you use for your deposits and everything else. You enter the member number, then it'll ask you for your full security number, your date of birth, and then you accept our disclosures. Once you enter all that information correctly, it will basically ask you for a one-time code. How many of you have ever downloaded an app that when you download it, it asks you that, hey, I'm going to send you a code through email or text, and then you're going to come back right here and enter that code.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying when I say one-time code. So that registration process, we're no longer going to have those questions and answers and where was the city you were born or any of those questions. All those are going away. And instead, you're going to have that one-time code that you're going to use to verify that that is you using that device or that phone, which is more secure for phone number that we have on file for you.
Is it only by email that they can get that code?
No, they can get it by email, by text, or you can select to get an automated phone call. If you get the automated phone call, it will be an electronic voice calling you in and telling you the code. Point out is we have on the back, and before you leave, please get a copy of one. We have conversion questions and answers for you, and we also have online banking questions and answers for you. So, if some of the information that you heard today, you wanted to take it home, it's on those FAQs as well, okay?
You told them about the Apple ID?
And the one thing that we're really excited about is...
A lot of you are Apple users, right? I remember? Okay,
Right.
You guys are going to love this on day one. 'Cause I
Everybody
love
knows what Touch ID is because we use it now to open our phones, right? Well, we will use it also for our app as well. So finally, we'll be able to put our thumbprint and just log into our app.
If you choose to, that's an option. It's
Correct.
optional.
And it's totally optional. So if some of you are, well, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I put my password all the time. You can do that as well. It's totally optional. You don't have to turn it on. It's totally up to the user to turn it on. Okay? We also have, if you're not an Apple user, we also have another feature that if you don't want to have to put the password, letters, numbers, and put the whole thing, because some of us are driving while we're using our phone and we don't want to be putting all that password. We also have a feature which is called login by PIN, which is basically if you choose to turn it on the device as well, you can choose, let's say, a 4-digit password, a 4-digit numeric password, and then basically you enter that code and you're in as well, okay? So that's another food for thought there if you want an easier access to log into your app, okay? And that's basically some of the features that we added to our app. Another one that you might find interesting and you might like as well, I know I do, if for example, let's say you are standing at a store and you want to swipe your card, but just before that you want to check your balance. But you don't want to have to go through the whole process of logging in, wait, password, everything else, right? And all you need is just your balance. You don't need anything else but your balance. Well, you can turn this feature on. It's called Quick Balance, and a lot of people like it from what we've seen. Basically, once you register and you're already in the app, you can go to your profile, turn the feature on, and what will happen is anytime you want to check your balance, you will go to the app, you will click on Quick Balance, and it will give you a picture of where your balances are. It's just a picture, so there's no anything that anybody can do. They can't really do any transfers, nothing. It's just a picture of your balances. So if you are standing at the merchant and you just want to know, you just basically pull it out, press quick balance, check your balance. Yes, I have enough cash, so let me swipe that card. Okay? First of the app, the one more thing that I wanted to mention, if you ever forget your user ID or password, right now, you have to call in. You have to go through verification, and you have to go through all that process in order to be able to access your password and your user ID. One of the things we added so that it's simpler for you, so you don't have to call, is that, or come into the branch. We have forgot password, forgot user ID feature right on the app, okay? So if, for example, let's say you remember your user ID, but you forgot your password, you select that exactly there, forgot password. It will walk you through a verification process once again. You'll have to enter information, and it will ask you to do the one-time code once again that we talked about, and it will allow you to change your password again because you forgot it, okay? Vice versa as well. Let's say you remember the password, but you forgot your user ID. You can do the same thing. You select forgot user ID, okay? The only time you'll basically have to call is if you wake up and you forgot everything.
Or you want to hear Hernando's voice.
Exactly, or you want to talk to us, okay? But other than that, if you remember one or the other, which is typically the case, most of you remember the user ID because it's the one all the time, but the passwords change from time to time, and you might forget that. The feature is right there, and you can do it by yourself, okay? Now into the website. The website, we basically made it mirroring the app. So basically pretty much almost the same things that you have in the app, you have on the website, with the exception of a few things, obviously, that are only on the website, like seeing your statements and things like that, okay? On the website itself, we added the same enhanced login process, so you have that short login process the same way you have it with the app. Of course, you don't have the thumbprint on the computer, but we wish. So, and the next thing will be, for example, a simple enrollment process, which is the same one with the app. One more thing, if you enroll already in the app day 1 or day 7, you enroll in the app, you don't need to go into the website and re-enroll. You already enroll in one, you don't need to enroll in the other. Does that make sense? However, if the device, you will still get the one-time code because it's a new device, okay? So anytime you go from computer to phone, or you change your phone or anything like that, then yes, you will have to do the one-time code again, okay? Financial budgeting tools. This is something that is very nice. Basically, it'll grab all the transactions that you have in your account, and it'll put them in a report. So you can actually select a report and see how much you're spending in different categories. So basically, if you want to see, for example, how much you're spending in dinner, how much you're spending in different tools, so it'll automatically put them in those categories. If there's some that you want to change categories, you can do that as well. And without going too much into details, it will allow you to run reports on those transactions for the month, the last few months. Also, it'll allow you to do a budget. So if you want to know, listen, I only want to spend this much in dining out, for example, you can put yourself a budget for that category and see how much you spend at the end of the month against that category, and see if you're going above your budget or below, and so forth. Okay? So you can do all that right from our website. In addition to that, we also have email text alerts. By the way, that is something we currently have today in our current system. However, what is unique and I like better in this new system is that you'll be able to get it narrowed down to the specific transaction itself. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a payment from Home Depot that comes out every month, just picking a merchant at random. And you have all your transaction histories on your account. You log in, type in the word home, and then all of the Home Depot transactions will list right there in front of you, okay? So you'll be able, right next to it, it will say, do you want to create an alert for this transaction? You'll click yes, and then you enter, of course, your text message and everything else. You set it up, and then anytime thereafter that you get a Home Depot transaction, it'll alert you about it. When you log on, it's going to look like that. However, we're going to show you a short video in the next slide. We'll show you how to enroll from beginning to end, okay? And then also we have scheduled loan payments and transfers, which the nice thing about that is, let's say you want to transfer every week and you're having to call all the time to say, hey, can you transfer this money? You can go in and set up yourself a scheduled transfer, so it transfers between your accounts. So this moment is between your accounts, but like we stated earlier, we're looking to see other features in the future where we can also do it from others, okay? Debit card management tool, I think Rolf talked about that one already to you. which was you can, if you lose your card and you find out that, let's say, you find out your wallet is missing or your card is no longer with you, you can go in and actually block the card. Just remember, at this moment, it's a permanent block, so once you block it, the card will remain blocked, okay?
Can we use the same username and PIN number on the new app?
Good question. The answer is yes and no. Yes, you can. However, the caveat here is as long as no one else has chosen it before you. Okay? So meaning, I don't think there's a high likelihood of that happening because I'm sure your user ID is very unique to you. But if there was someone else who went in before you and chose that exact same user ID, then it won't let you choose the same one. But as long as that didn't happen, then yes, you can use the same user ID. So some of you already remember the user ID and you're like, I always use this. Now, just to confirm, when you're registering, and we're gonna go now in the video, but you have to choose a password and it has to be alphanumeric, numbers, letters, upper, lower, so you will have to have an actual password like that. Then on the phone is where you can change that to have a PIN on top of that password. Okay?
But only in your phone.
Only your phone. On the computer, it's not going to let you do a numeric PIN. Only in your phone. Okay? Just to clarify that. But you still have a password even in your phone. You still have the same password for the computer and the phone. The only difference is if you choose to, you can put in the PIN. You turn on that feature, you put in your PIN. But if you try several times and you don't put the right PIN number, it's going to ask you to enter the password. And if you can't get that, it will lock your access. Okay? We're going to show you a video right now exactly how it's done, and you can see how simple it is. Okay?